Hi, it's Lynette, founder of MoodWellth and certified hypnotherapist. I wanted to talk to you today about what I call declarations of being. And where that came from is one of my favorite therapists. And the reason why I say one of is because he has since then, not very recently, but he has since then retired. And I've moved on to another one, but he was definitely one of my favorite therapists. And whenever I got into like this fix-it mode or overthinking mode or overreactive mode, he would always say, Lynette, we are called human beings and not human doings for a reason. So I want you to figure out in the midst of whether it's joy or pain, because I can overreact to both, I want you to figure out how to be instead of do. Because what I would do is, if it was something that was uncomfortable or painful, I would be scrambling around trying to figure out a solution to the problem. Like, how can I not feel this way? How can a loved one not feel this way? How can I fix this issue at work? How can I fix this issue at home? It was always about doing something instead of experiencing what I was going through. And if it was joy, it would be, how can I make this last longer? How can I make it even better the next time? How can I make this happen more frequently? So as you can see, I was always in this do mode instead of just being present in the moment. And every time he would remind me to be instead of do, slowly it started to sink in. And eventually it really resonated with me. And so every time I would do my journaling after that point, I would always reflect on my day, or if a big event happened, whether it was, again, happy or sad, I would always reflect on ways that I could be instead of do. How can I just be present with the moment and sit with it and learn from it and then move on? So my first declaration of being is simply to be human. It is to be human, because before we can understand each declaration after this, we must first understand what it means to personify these two words, being human. Being human means understanding how multi-layered we are and giving ourselves permission to embrace, or at the very least address, each layer. The definition of be actually means to arise, to transpire, to materialize, to exist, or to crop up. That means in order for us to be fruitful humans, we must tend to every area of our crop. This means that the weedy areas called challenges, self-doubt, fear, anger, mistrust, and any other negatively perceived emotion of our lives must be tended to. It's important to remember that humanness isn't the absence of challenges. Self-doubt, fear, anger, and any other negatively perceived emotion, it's also a part of being human. And accepting these things as part of being human and learning how to navigate through the weeds, as I like to call them, in a healthy way, was the most powerful step that I could ever take in my life. So one way that I learned to do this is by being present in the moment and not suppressing, avoiding, or denying everything that doesn't feel good. Instead, I sit with it, I analyze it, and figure out how to process it. Not figure out how to fix it, not figure out how to do something, not figure out how to problem solve, but I process it. Figure out what I need to do to learn from this experience that I can take with me into the next step and next phase of my life. This enables our brains to develop the capacity to deal with other challenges that will inevitably come along during our lifetime. So, in short, this was a very little short snippet of my first declaration of being. It's important to be all of the things, right? All of them. Because you can't be happy all the time and joyful all the time and in problem-solving mode all the time. So be vulnerable, be sad, be angry, be overwhelmed, be frustrated, be joyful, be happy, be ecstatic, be excited. But more importantly, be intentional about being human and be present. Peace.